And we're back. Listen, I love all you guys. I just got a lot of text messages, people saying, "What's going on? What's going on?" We just had some technical difficulties. It does happen. It happens all the time. It happens in every studio. But thank you for sticking in, man. That's good stuff. 'Cause I'm looking at these comments and everybody's letting us know. Like, that's how you know. That's good people. They're just looking out for us, you know. And that's the fan base we have. We have beautiful people that are loyal. Family. Pizza and love. Family. He knows.
That's what this show is about.
He knows. I have to talk about the white elephant, the white donkey in the white elephant in the room. We lost Mikey. I just want to tell you really quick, just in case we go down again. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go directly from a phone into a camera, just to make sure, because we got a heavy hitter here. We got Anthony and there's a lot I want to pick his mind about. He's a plethora of information, and we're gonna get some good stuff tonight. But I just want to discuss the whole the elephant in the room is Mike Ciccarelli. Unfortunately, we love him. We love him. We love that cat. He was here. He was an outfield correspondent. We tried to work with him on numerous occasions. He has left the show because of creative differences, and we wish him all the success. Right, Ed?
Absolutely.
Right, George.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Anthony knows. Anthony's looking forward to seeing him.
Enough out there for everybody.
But unfortunately, Mike decided to go live against this tonight, and I feel bad for him a little bit because he was kicked off of Facebook because he went after like a kill shelter, which I agree with him on. So I'm not saying anything down. But Mike started another name. But we have another chick. It's not Mike Chick, but we have another chick coming on next week, and it's going to be a good show too. Now, where I want to go from there is I have to explain. We got a Rome segment tonight, but I want to go into Anthony. I want to welcome you to the show.
Thanks, brother.
We're so glad. We've been trying to get Anthony for weeks here, and we finally got him. So like, I'm really jazzed up.
I'm jacked to be here, man. It's great.
I'm glad. And Tony's telling us he's got a lot of good things going on, but we're gonna get to them a little bit later.
Sure.
Because Eddie's a segment. Eddie's such a little lapdog. He wants to start throwing all nice stuff out there.
Well,
we're gonna go.
Nice. Everything else.
Oh, you did the birthdays already?
I did the birthdays.
Oh, so they
birthdays
got
already.
there?
It's all you got. I'll see you guys later.
All right, George. Listen, you
Yes.
went to Romans. You had a wonderful evening.
Oh, I've never seen Charlie and Tony
Ecstatic.
smiles from ear to ear, fellas. It was unbelievable.
That's surprising that Charlie smiling.
I've never seen him smile. I've been going there for 37 years. Never seen him smile, but they were so happy to see us tonight. So
They're hearing good things.
They're hearing good things,
I went in
yeah.
there the other day, and they said, "Listen, it's fun. Like our name always comes up." I told him we showed his high school picture.
yes,
And he got a little what? Where'd you dig that up? And I said, I think Frank D'Onofrio stole it from like Dave Bertone or something. But yeah, to like give kudos to Frankie and stuff. Stefano, thank you for that opening. That was we were amazing. We love that every time you do that. All our true Italian people. We have a couple people on the show that only speak Italian, so that's the only. Yeah,
That's
and that's.
Ciao, buonasera.
There's a lot of.
prosciutto.
Baci, amore.
That's good stuff. I have to give a little segment to that. Is that our guy? Is that our guy though? Can we go to that though? Because I don't like the pregnant one. I like the other one. Now that Mikey's gone, we can do the segments with the donkey. Anthony, the whole thing came with donkeys because there's some stubborn Italian people out there. You know what I mean? And the Irish they're stubborn like a mule. You ever hear the Irish people?
Stubborn as a mule.
And then the pizza guys, they're on their feet all day. They're like stubborn like a donkey. So we sort of threw that in there. And my friend Dominic, we call him Dominic the Donkey. And so we love the guy. Can you find him? Do you have him? He's such a good guy, and sort of became a mascot. And right, Ed, I don't like. We went a couple shows without him, and I sort of got separation anxiety.
You are really. I mean, I'm attached to him, but you are really stuck to that.
George,
I was actually looking for a stuffed donkey today. I was trying to bring one in because I was concerned we weren't going to see the guy anymore.
George, let me ask you a question. Since you were at Roma, and every time I go in, I want to ask the question, but I forget to ask it. What's with the little peephole there for Tony in the back? Is he caged back
Well,
there?
funny you ask.
Go ahead.
I have them exclusively explain to us what that hole is on video. So
Can we-
a little bit later?
Can we hold off on that until a little bit later?
Absolutely.
We're gonna hold off on that.
You dig to the bottom of
We
it.
got to the bottom of
So
it. Yes,
guys,
sir.
please stick around. We're gonna get to that a little bit later in the show, George. That's good.
Yeah.
Outfield.
All right, we got a lot
Can
of
we-
good stuff today.
Hey, can we go back to say the outfield correspondent, the right term? 'Cause we don't have to call it outfield correspondent. No, we can go back to it later.
Yeah,
No,
we'll go back.
Bullet, no sweat.
I have them here. I got them now. I just don't know which one you guys want.
Well, he's looking through a little brick hole.
George could get up and walk over there. George,
Yeah, you helped him. But let's go into Tony a little bit. Like, hey, Tone, let me ask you something, right? You're the Fergan guy
I
from
love
way back.
Tony's my
Oh,
favorite.
Anthony, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
But by the way, your father was a great man. What he
Thanks,
did for
brother.
that field down there and on 76th Street, and like he was a construction guy, correct?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Give us a little about that background before we get to you, because you're not that as important as that he is.
No, definitely
No.
not. Listen, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, you know what I
You
mean?
know? No, my dad was, one of those was tough old guys from Union City, and he graduated with your dad.
St. Michael's High
You know,
School.
and he was very good friends with George's dad and Eddie's dad, and he was big into Little League stuff, and everybody in town knew him. You know, and it was just he's gone almost 40 years now.
Oh, wow.
Is it that long?
Yeah, a long time. You know, sometimes it seems like yesterday, sometimes it seems like a friggin' lifetime ago. You
It's
know?
weird how that happens, right?
Yeah, but they don't go by when I don't think about him or anything like that. You know, but he was very instrumental in the Little League, and he
Don't
brought
get
us up right, man.
Are you gonna get emotional? Don't get emotional.
It's almost 40 years later.
But nobody cried on this show. I get emotional sometimes. I'm not gonna lie.
Then let's stop talking about him.
I get off it because now that we're talking about 40 years ago. So we're starting to show our age. When you say
We are.
when you can think that something is 40 years ago. I just saw on TV, and Jose Martinez brought a good point to me earlier in the night. This week, the movie Grease turned 40 years old. 40 years ago, Rocky won the Oscar for Best Picture. Does it seem like 40 years ago that
No
I'm
way.
watching Rocky? Because it makes me think even more. How many times have you watched it over the course of 40 years?
Wow.
Because it's that
Every
movie
time.
that you can't turn off.
Godfather,
When you skim
too.
through the
Godfather,
channel, it's a
too.
Godfather, it's a
Just
Jaws.
turned 40,
yep.
You can't shut it off.
No.
You know.
Oh, there's a scene. I don't want to do this to Bullet, but there's a scene. The way he wrote that movie, he wrote in 3 days, drinking like cups of coffee.
Stallone?
Stallone wrote that movie in 3 days. No joke.
Okay, I didn't know that.
And he tried to sell it for $100,000, and he wouldn't take it. He said, "I want to be in it." But by then, he was in Lords of Flatbush. Remember that movie?
Yep.
He was in Lords of Flatbush. He was in a bunch of that stuff. So he parlayed himself into that role, and it wound up winning an Academy Award, which is totally amazing. So you start thinking about, when you really watch that movie, there's so many intricacies of like real life. You know, he's such a superstar now, but it's just that amazing. So if anybody's out there, like I know that younger generation that we reach, the college kids, and I really have to address something tonight to those college kids, is that watch Rocky. It's number one. Number two, the game has changed. If anybody knows what I'm talking about out there, I don't promote underage drinking at all, but they have a drinking game out there. So it's when Eddie Bart, we lost wow, because that was my chick would say wow. So girls don't have to drink when they say wow, but when Eddie Bart, he's very fidgety. They're telling me. So when he touches his headset, you have to throw one back. The other thing on the show is when Chris DePiro shows up on screen, you have to continue to drink until he goes off screen. So,
But we're not promoting underage
yeah, we're
drinking,
not
mind
promoting.
you.
No, they're college kids
Go,
and they're in
go.
their 20s.
Chug,
Look at them,
chug,
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 chug, chug, chug. No, but that's a true story. Guys, be careful tonight. Have fun. Remember, look out for those women because we love
And
those
one more
girls.
thing. I know we're not going to bring it up because it's the white elephant in the room, and this is the last you're going to hear of it, but I think we went out of our way to be classy about it. You can see the little guy in the comments will not stop his fucking nonsense. So why don't you stop it, grow up, and that's the last we're going to hear of it. We've been a class act. Mike, class it up just a bit, okay, kid?
We wish you the best, and I'm sorry things didn't work out. I understand you needed more airtime. We did the best we could to accommodate you. Mike, we love you. Listen, you're a friend of mine since I'm a little kid, since the Patriots, and I just want to let you know, come on, class it up a little bit because there's other people watching your show, and we're not that people. You remember?
not.
We talk down, we bring up, and we love pizza and love on this show, so that's going to bring us to our next segment.
Pizza and love.
Yeah, Anthony, tell me, I got to bring you back to young
Bringing
Anthony.
me back.
To young Anthony.
Young
Can you give me
Anthony.
some of your first memories of pizza?
When I had hair. Union City, man. Union City. I
Really?
grew up in Union City before I moved to North Bergen, and where your parents were too. Yeah, you St. Michael's
They
High
grew
School,
up on
right?
Summit, yeah.
Yeah, you know that they stopped on a roof. It sounds much quieter.
That's right.
George
That's the
fan.
Grease fan for the
That's
Grease place
yeah,
below.
yeah.
It's like part of our character. It's one of the characters of the show right now.
Yeah, you know how many fires starting those things? Anyway,
I knew he'd get into a fire tactic.
It's only a matter of time.
so when my first, I guess, memories of pizza was a place in Union City, and of course it burned down like everything else does in Union City. Central Bakery.
Oh,
Central Bakery had the greatest bread. They also had outstanding pizza, and the pizza that they had was like sauce pie. And I remember having it at my grandmother's house, and she lived in Weehawken, and it was cold. It wasn't hot. You know, you used to pizza being hot. It was a cold pizza with a sauce pie, like the focaccia that you get now.
The focaccia was meant to be cold.
Right, but this is what they made at this place exclusive. They didn't make regular pizza. They made the focaccia pizza. Oh my God, it was good.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, it was really good. Central Bakery, my God.
Was it like a thin? Was it the thick crust?
No, it was a big, thick crust, man.
Oh,
yeah,
remember those?
very sexy.
Oh my God! Did you hear my sexy voice?
Yeah, I did.
When I
Did they deliver as well, or you had to go in store?
Nah. Back then, you had to go get it. I remember my father would come home in the morning and he'd have the pizza with the donuts, the jelly donuts from Rafts.
Was that
or whatever
Spickerman's
place
when I was
that-
down there? They called it Spickerman's.
No, it was a place called Rafts. That's
Raft?
not there. It was on Bergen. That's not there anymore. Nothing's there. Oh, you know what? Great pizza down there? A place called Christina's.
Christina's.
Christina's
Where
was
was
on
street was that?
17th and West, and it was there for about 70 years, man. It's not there anymore.
That's a sin.
But they had the best pizza. It was one of those places where, you know, like our parents would get married in. It had like the pizza place in the front, and it had this sort of dance hall in the back. And I'd be honest, my parents might have gotten married there. I don't know. I'm not sure, but they.
classic.
Oh my God, they had great pizza there.
I mean,
too.
Eric
Yeah.
Van Zandt wasn't the first one to get married in a pizzeria?
Oh, we were just at Anthony. I swear to God, you guys ever hear I own?
Yeah.
Well, our friend Eric that we make fun of on the show sometimes. He's a sweetheart. He's an art teacher. Sometimes, all the time. But we love him. He got married on my own this weekend. It was a wonderful
God.
wedding. He married this beautiful girl.
Gorgeous. Genesis.
Beautiful girl, Genesis.
Great name.
Sal was there. Sal Vega was there. Jerry Lang. Some heavy hitters there. We had a great time. You couldn't dance, though, because I went to do the electric slide when he won, and I landed over two families. I landed over two families, and, like, my ass was up, so my feet decided held up by
Did it get hot
Massimo.
there again? Because it gets so hot.
It gets hot, but it didn't get hot that time. I don't know if the door was open or it was a nice day.
I don't remember. What was it? Was it a nice day out? Was it cold? I don't know.
Sunday was it was a little chilly outside, but it was beautiful inside. But yeah, that was good stuff. So tell us a little bit about the. So they got married in that hall. We'll get to the bottom of it.
I don't know if they got married in a
Maybe
hall.
a big-
They got married in a hall. Like Christina's had a hall in the back, and it was there for like ever on 17th Street. This big sign, Christina's, and it was a really, really cool place. It was right near Cassini Sausage.
Listen, I told people we were going to talk about downtown pizza tonight. I got Guru right now. He's hitting it on all
Out of the
syllables.
bag.
Yeah, we don't know. A lot of people get mad. We're going to talk about downtown pizzas, and I'm glad, man. I'm glad we're hitting that. We're taking care of that tonight.
Yeah,
So, good
yeah.
stuff.
You know, we lived in Union City, and we used to order from Continental up Bergen Line Avenue.
Ooh.
The best mussels. Man.
Where was that? Where was Continental?
I think it was in the 40s, and then it was Sal's up there. And even when we moved to North Bergen, we moved down to 46th and Liberty, down by St. Bridges, we would still order from the place up in Union
really?
City. I be honest with you, I don't really remember any pizza places down in that St.
Were you
Bridges area
were
down
you a
there.
Tremini's guy? Like the Tremini's was down there, and was that you? That was
Union City. Tremini's
Union City.
Yeah, but I might have been out of Union City by
Oh, at
then.
that point.
Yeah, but there wasn't a lot of.
Chris's Pizzeria was the only pizzeria.
Chris's came
That's
a little
it.
bit later. Yeah, that's right, because Chris's was the Sugar Bowl. No, not the Sugar Bowl.
That was Danny's Sugar Bowl. That was
Yeah,
up
that
there.
was on a corner. Chris was a different place where you could actually go and get like the old malt like.
Do you remember
root beers and
those?
stuff. Yeah.
Remember what was the name of the thing? I've been trying to get a hold of this, Ed. We got to look
think
at
the name of it.
Remember those sodas they used to come up and they used to put the clip on it and you pop the straw through
Yes,
it?
the quartz.
If anybody
Pepsi
knows the quartz, if anybody
Yeah.
knows the name of that, because remember that was the only time you got fountain soda delivered.
It was fountain soda. Yeah.
yeah, and it came
And-
like that container.
Oh
you
yeah,
know?
yeah, like in the Little Rascals when they open it up and Petey drinks it.
yeah.
Yeah, it was similar to like a carton of milk, like a 2-quart milk. It's similar, but that
It had a clip and then it had the thing you pop the straw through.
Josie's Candy Store?
Joe.
Someone said Josie's Candy Store.
I'm not. Yeah,
Was
it
Josie's?
was right next door to the old mill, which turned into Jimmy
Right.
D's.
Yeah, down
The
on
old
there.
mill. The old mill was funny because the guy that was bartender was also the guy that drove the bookmobile. So
No, get out of here.
the bookmobile would come around in front of St. Bridget's School. We walk in there, and there would be the guy that would be bartender at the old mill, sitting in the bookmobile.
That must have threw you for a loop, right?
Yeah.
Guys,
That's downtown.
Yeah,
That's living down there.
That's like Midtown, yeah. Midtown, yeah.
guy slinging beers and books.
Yeah, here's some books. Right, but it was right next to that. It might have been Josie's. I don't really remember, but it was. That's where Chris Pizza became.
Yeah.
that
Okay,
place
and
there.
then it went to Panky's Pizza, and then for the younger guys, it went to Panky's Pizza, and I just went recently. I got a slice. I met somebody down there to meet up to go somewhere else, and we stopped there for a quick slice because
Pre-game.
yeah, I stopped at Jimmy D's. Right, I went in to take 100 out of Mac machine, and by the time I walked out, I knew like 7 people. I bought like 2 rounds. I walked out with like $40. I had to go back into the back, and I think I put in 100. I think I got 50 back. I think Jimmy has it rigged, but you only get like half your money back.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm
He'll
sure
tell
he
you to
does.
come back 2 nights later to get it. That's how he gets you in there again. The second round.
And then by the time I leave the bar again, I bought all those other guys drinks again. Wow, he's got that down pat.
You know, I was thinking that when you're talking about Jimmy's. And what was the name of it before it was Jimmy D's?
Old Mill.
Old Mill.
Ray's Old Mill.
Ray's Old Mill, yeah.
Let me
Yeah.
see. But because, like I said, I'm uptown. And, we did, when you're, I don't know, 16, 17, you don't venture too far downtown. And I would assume you guys didn't come, besides to go to the high school, you didn't come up at night too much.
No.
But thinking
Yeah, we
about
did.
places that used to serve us when we were underage, like the little haunt that you would sneak in. And I got a list of where I started.
Thelma's.
Thelma's.
I
Thelma's
think
Deerhead Inn.
Thelma's. We were
Thelma's
freshmen
was
in high
big,
school.
But I came down your way to the Western Slope.
That's the name of the bar?
The Western Slope was on the border of North Bergen and Jersey City. As you with a, with
I remember that.
Was it a bar or was it the section was called
No,
Western
the,
Slope?
the bar was called the Western
Really?
Slope.
The Western
You know,
Slope.
we stood there.
Well, partners.
Mareg's was very easy to get
remember
into.
Mareg's.
Mareg's was easy on the boulevard.
Yeah.
In fact, that wasn't far
We're
from.
not promoting underage drinking, by the way.
No. These are
All right,
places
sorry.
that I used to go to. We had the little Chinese place, the Chinese, the little Chinese bar across from the
was
Hilltop Bakery.
You worked there.
I worked
You
there,
were-
yeah.
I was in Union City.
You were
too.
12, right?
You like yeah.
Probably.
He was in high school. He was like bartender manager. He was like robbing the place blind. He was
Chinese
like
place.
taking the door too.
It
Like,
was
same
me and
time.
Kevin Cahill. He goes,
I
come
remember
on, we're going to
Kevin.
bartender. I said, I don't
Kevin's
even
a
know how to
good
open up a beer. I mean, get back there. We'll do it.
We'll figure it out.
Joe and Mary's.
Joe Mary's.
Which is now Mojito.
Lila wasn't strict with the IDs.
No, she eventually committed suicide. She dove off the top of the building. I guess she didn't really want to work there.
Really?
I tell you what, she took some shot. If you're going to dive off a building, that's like a 2-story building.
Yeah.
She's really rolling the dice. Find something a little.
She was.
You might not
Higher,
die.
you know, I mean,
You might not die. I
She
don't building.
She could have landed on somebody coming out of that meat market right next door. Could have broken her neck. Could have broke their neck, and she could have got sued. Lost the building.
God.
Look at that shot. That's a good
We used to
shot.
go
I
to
love it.
Thelma's. Thelma's was the place.
Thelma's.
You had
Yeah,
the 2
great
old
jobs.
ladies in there, Shirley and I don't remember. I guess Shirley and Thelma. Shirley and Thelma. We
was
would
a
go
great
in there,
place.
and you'd walk in at lunchtime, and there'd be like the whole freshman football team was in there. You know, back then it was 18. We were only 15, but it was 8 weeks though. We're not
Well, we used to
promoting
go to the
underage drinking.
Midtown, Dilworth,
Midtown.
Janie, and
Midtown.
Tommy
Midtown.
Sharples.
But in Delmas, I used to go. And I was probably 16 at the time, and I feel terrible about this to this day. I actually admitted to this to my priest. I used to go in there and tell her she gave me the wrong change back. So, she was so old, but when I got there after you guys,
Oh
she
my
was-
God! Yeah.
you guys had beaten her down so much with the young rhetoric, So I just say, oh man, you didn't give her the right change. And she come back. She's like, what'd you give me? I was like, a 20. She's like, look at her, and then all of a sudden she come back with $18. I'm leaving with like 10 6-packs.
We used to go to the Brass Rail, and
Brass Rail, yeah.
Brass Rail, and Joe Sperber was the bartender.
He
He was the bartender, and Dalton was also the bartender.
Dalton
for a
was
while.
also Dalton
He was
as
he
well.
owned, no, he
Dalton was
owned the
on
brass
Dolan's.
rail.
Yeah.
Dalton owned the brass
Oh,
rail.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Mickey-
for a while he owned the
Mickey
Brass
owned the
Rail.
whole time.
He owned the Brass Rail, Dalton, and it was an interesting place. The Colonnade was another one, but the king of them all was the On Tap.
That was before
The on-
my time.
yeah,
I
yeah,
think
by then,
I think
that
it was
was-
boarded up by the time I was about
Well,
15.
Ernie Tabbs and those guys owned it a little bit later, and that was the bar. That was the place.
I had heard stories of like bar Olympics, and one of the stories I heard of was they wanted a bender there for a couple of days, so they opened up the door and they
Couple of
decided
years.
they were going to wet down the bar, and they were going to dive and see how far you could go along the bar.
Street.
Well, Clouby and the boys decided it wasn't competitive enough, so now they're going to start the yellow line in the middle of Broadway, and then run in and jump. Still wasn't competitive enough. Now they're going to break shot glasses on the floor at the end of the bar. So if you made it all the way over, your prize was you were going to land chest down
On glass.
in the shot. Oh yeah.
On glass.
Those
That's a
guys,
prize.
those guys were a different
They
type
were
of
different.
animal.
They were
No.
different, man. The Clouby and Ernie Tabbs and
Oh, my God.
those guys. I mean, like, I told you earlier, every
Yeah.
time I went out, my mother hated him. Every time I went out with him, I was either damaged or nearly drowned in the ocean or third-degree burn on my foot. Like,
I mean,
Wait,
Eddie,
really?
we were saints compared to them, Eddie. I mean, our class we were nowhere
it's-
near those guys.
It's sort of slowed down, though, George. You know what I mean? Like his crew was really out there. Like, you know what I mean? Those guys were doing limp falls.
you can't get away with
Yeah.
this stuff now. You
But
can't.
but even Eddie's crew was very. Eddie wasn't a violent person. He wasn't, because when we were younger, Eddie took care of him. Like, we were the younger generation coming up, and he was telling us to come to the parties. Like nobody liked younger people, but like we were a little bit we were younger.
You
you guys
were a
appreciated
godfather
us.
then because of the family.
Yeah.
You were always godfather.
No, but our whole crew was cool too, and you guys looked out for us. It was like the same thing with Clouby with you guys. It was it was a nice trickle down.
Clouby and those guys took us under their wing. We were seniors in high school. I remember when we were playing Memorial in the county championship, there was like 9,000 people in Roosevelt Stadium.
I love that stuff.
And Clouby and those
Great
guys
stadium, too.
rented a bus, and their bus just piggybacked into the session of high school buses. And they came into the stadium. They just said, equipment bus, and they parked along. If you look at the video, and I have video of this game, if you look at the video and it sweeps across, there's a video of a whole bunch of guys sitting on top of the bus drinking beers. That's Clouby and all those guys watching the Memorial game. We played Memorial.
That's beautiful. I love that
How
stuff.
do you get away with that kind of stuff?
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, Union City was a little loose back then. When Mayor was it Mayor Musto? He was a wild guy.
Musto.
But
I don't know.
Yeah, he eventually went to prison. But
Who didn't?
I don't know if we really go there. We can go there. But you know what though? Let me ask you something, Anthony. Playing at Roosevelt Stadium, right?
Yeah.
Didn't you just feel like it was like the Coliseum, like Rome, like when you're a high school kid?
Yeah.
You go in those dungeons at the bottom, like when we were going in, they had those gates.
There was a
where,
smell.
There was a scent that like they were urinals from like it wasn't the box and chain, but they were like constructed marble like urinals that you could see went back to when it was built, and even the urinal was was made really well. I know that sounds actually crazy. No, but seriously, I'll be honest. Ed, when you're down there in those chambers, they had like these cage doors that would close.
Yeah.
My dad would start speaking, and like the whole place start vibrating,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden you're seeing the concrete start to fall off the walls. And you know, I'm going out there. I think I'm going to play in front of the ghost of like 1,000 people that always been, or 2,000 that stood in those stands.
Right.
He came out of there, man. I just thought I was never going to play anywhere better.
Yeah,
The
that was a
history
great
of
place
that
to play. You know what? My dad played softball for a lot of years when I was a really little kid. That's where they played.
Wow.
So I remember you probably played there too. And
We played baseball. We played baseball
St.
there,
Michael's
too.
played there.
And I remember going back there in high school and playing in high school and saying, man, I haven't been here in a really long time, and it was
beautiful.
It was great. It was
Those
great.
dugouts were underground dugouts.
Yes.
And when you sat in those dugouts, you were looking up.
That's old school.
It was like
That's
field
beautiful.
level.
It was an
It was
old
great.
school baseball
Yeah, great.
stadium. Yeah, it wasn't really built for football. And again, like everything else, it was just rocks and dirt.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There was no grass.
we didn't know anything else in North Bergen, so we just rolled on,
Yeah, exactly.
Even when they turfed it, it wasn't even good turf. Like when they turfed it, like they left the mound
never
out there.
played on
I never
turf.
got
to that
sand from
point.
the
We
mound. I cut back one time. I think my fucking
bottles.
my head hit the turf. My feet were like up here because the sand from they left the mound up, George. So my fucking feet were this high. My head hit the ground. Everybody, they thought I got hit, but there was nobody around. It wasn't like the turf monster tripped me up. It was so slippery. It was like playing on ice.
Was it turf when you played your senior year?
It was the old turf, like the Giant Stadium turf, the real small one where you play with those little
grass.
nubs. There was never grass there.
Well, I thought it was still dirt.
I didn't see grass there for 50 years.
There was like one blade in the corner of the end zone.
To another one
on each side.
Miller Stadium. I never understood, like, with the one end zone, it's actually pitched
On the hill.
Right, up the hill.
I understood. Why couldn't they dig that out? and
Wait,
make
Ed.
it level?
Hoboken.
And it gets crazier. I think Sal became mayor. And they tried to fix the end zone. But if they took away that dirt,
Building was gonna collapse.
the wall would fall
come
down.
Yeah.
It was keeping the wall up. Imagine.
Hoboken had the track in the end zone.
Do you remember that? Yeah,
Back
like
then,
certain sections.
Back then, the
Newark-
track was in the middle of center field.
Yeah, in Newark,
Yeah.
the iron side, they had a sewer
Right.
grate in the middle of the field.
Yeah.
I like, the kid what these kids play on today.
Yeah,
I
it's
live in Monmouth County, and like the field's just
forget about
gorgeous, man.
They have no
I'm like-
idea.
And I'm like, you guys just
None
don't
of
get
them know what it's
it.
like to have legs sticking out of your arms or your legs.
Nobody ever ran hills.
Nobody
Oh,
ever
the hills are crazy.
They never ran
But
hills.
Anthony, when I was playing on the Pop Warner, right? This is like your dad was coaching, Mr. Buzzer, all those wild men, Mr. Batiste. They used to make us line up both teams before you played each other, and you went across the goal line, and you took your helmet, and when you went across 7th Street, you had whoever got the most rocks in their helmet.
Rock hunting.
Right? they got a fucking
Easter eggs.
They got a pizza. They get a pizza and a soda at the end of the game. But you know what? You played that whole game with that rock that didn't come out.
Right.
It just trickled around.
Oh, what about we shoveled off the high school field?
Do you remember that St. Joe's game?
St. Joe's game. We had to play the game because the playoffs were the next week, and we had to get the game in. So instead of practicing, the entire team shoveled the
I'm putting
field
up my senior masquerade picture. I see.
It
keeps coming up.
What'd you do that?
Hey,
A loyal listener. A loyal listener sent that in. Wow.
Hey, Mike, check. Get
Put your
skin.
cut out behind that. There was a nun behind me. Show who the nun was. To get
No,
a shot.
I don't think the nuns.
The nuns cropped out. I think was it
cropped.
D'Onofrio back in the day?
It was
One-
D'Onofrio dressed as
Oh,
the
my
nun.
Oh, he'd love to see that. He'd have an anxiety attack.
We went as the Hanson brothers to my senior
Did you?
masquerade.
That's a great
Me and
costume.
Glaze and Bobby D'Angelo as the Hanson brothers.
Oh my God.
The best costume I ever saw was Johnny O'Sullivan's sister. She was an upside down person. She hung her head between her legs, put shoes on her hands, put pants on her upper body and a shirt on her upper body, and when she would stand and pick up a leg, it looked like she was standing on jumping on one
that's
hand.
great.
But oh my God, it was the best costume I
That
ever
sounds
saw.
really wild.
Best
Beat
costume
yours,
I ever
Eddie.
saw.
Hey, if anybody can
That
send
beats
that,
yours.
I don't know. I didn't see it upside down in that costume.
So before we go to further, keep commenting on here. See, Joe Pilato has joined us.
Oh
And
boy,
takes me back to remember when he played against this guy? It was like all world. Dave
Zott
Dave Zott, who
Dave
went on
Zott,
to play
yeah.
for the Jets, I believe.
and the Chiefs.
Oh, the Patriot.
All
too.
pro with the Chiefs.
And I'm not sure, Joey, if you know his stats as far as his height and weight, send him in. I think this kid was something like 6'4", 270.
Oh, Zot was awesome, man.
It was huge,
Zot
but they put Joey on him.
Joey was 3x3.
What was, Joey, Joey's
3x3.
not a large guy, but fast as they come. And Joey just abused him.
Explosive.
It came to a point where Joey was verbally abusing him at one point, telling him, "What? You're not going to block me? You're never going to try anymore."
That was just the easiest part. He was saying other things to him. Zott was crying, "Leave me alone."
Well, Joey
Joey
can
can put it right in there.
Listen, Joey moves out to Phoenix, right? And Zod, I guess, is playing for was it not the Rams?
Somebody
out there, St. Louis, whatever the team was, and he was telling people out there that and I used to kick the shit out of Dave Zod in football, right? And they wouldn't believe him. They wouldn't believe him. There's no way this guy's doing it, right? And they said they believe I'm in the witness protection program because of his accent from around here.
right.
But they wouldn't believe I beat up Dave Zod,
Yeah.
And then Dave Zod told Mark D'Onofrio, because they were at Penn State, was at Penn State at the same time. He goes, "Listen, you got to tell the guy to chill out." He goes, "I'm in the mall with like a girlfriend." He's going up. He's all of a sudden he sees Filato. He's going up the escalator. Dave Zod's down in like that mall area, and he goes, "Hey Zod, I killed you! I killed you, Zod!"
How many nightmares do you think Dave Zott had about Joey Filato?
Oh, every time he ran into him, he got told how much he got abused.
Zot was a wrestler as well, I believe, an all-state wrestler. Did Joey ever face him? Because Joey,
I
don't know. Was Joey
I
the
don't
heavyweight
know.
for
I
North
don't
American?
I think he wrestled a little bit, but I don't know.
I
I
remember
think he was
wrestling his
heavyweight.
senior year. But I'm not
But
sure
I could just
how far it
picture
was.
like Zott's dreams, like Joey, like a pit bull or something, with like teeth of like steel trap latched onto his ankle,
You played flag with Joey, right? Did he used to get in a 4-point stance and put his feet up like a donkey?
Not a donkey, not again. I play with Joey. I play with Darren.
Nobody would kick his feet out like.
Oh yeah. We had one guy one time, and Darren Rager was beating this guy up so bad, and he was just mouthing off the guy. This guy from one of the teams up in Patterson. The guy turned around and goes, "Hey man, I take dumps bigger than you." and it was true, but Darren was killing him.
Yeah, Darren totally went after him.
We went to the state championship and the national semifinals as a running team in flag football. We ran the ball.
Is that a possible?
We ran the ball, and our quarterback was Walter Smith, and we can talk about nicknames. His nickname, he was this like fat little chunky quarterback.
I remember
but
watching
nobody could catch him.
He was Seagull guy, right?
He was all ECAC and NJCU. Nobody could catch him. His nickname was Flabio. Because he was beautiful like Fabio, but he was like Flavio.
Let me tell you a story. It sort of drifts away from the subject we're on, but it does involve a football player, and I've never told you this. I think it was like 92 or 93. We went down.
Bolt, how we doing? We okay?
Everything good?
Yeah, good.
Keep going.
We went to get the summer house, and me and Anthony were the two that were going to go down and pick the rental.
Point Pleasant.
Right. So we see a bunch of houses, and the realtor goes, "Well, I got this one nice one, and it's on this place called Surf and Sand Court, which is in between the first street off the boardwalk and Jenkinson's." So it's great. We can walk to Jenkinson's. Little did we know there were 8 houses. The other 7 houses were family owned for like 40 years, and then they threw us lunatics like that. 10 of us rented.
They need you lunatics for that.
So here's the funny part. So we're in there. We're just first night, whatever it is. We got to have 15, 20 people in the house, causing mayhem. So the house next door, the family that lived right next to us, they're going to send their son over, who happens to be Todd Berger, who played with Mark D'Onofrio at Penn State. He also went on to play for Chicago Bears and the Jets.
Yeah.
So what happens is he comes over. He doesn't know it's us. He knocks on the door, and he's going to bully his way in.
He's a monster.
He's 6'5". He's
a monster.
He's going to tell us to shut.
He lives in Freehold.
He comes
Does he?
in.
See him all.
And he realizes it's us. with this now, the next thing you know, we got the funnel in his mouth, the shotguns, everything. 4 hours later, his father came knocking on the door. Have you seen my son? He's a 6'5" kid.
They sent over their muscle, and he ended up like.
And he got caught up in the mainstream of the North Bergen debauchery.
But it was so tentative there, like some of the noise violations. Like Eddie says, like they all went. Kenny Bella was a young kid at the time. He didn't have ID.
Right.
So you guys all went.
We all went up to Jenkins to get in, and when it was time, that's one of the few places that have the police checking the IDs. So they were very strict about it, and Kenny couldn't get in. But we were only a block and a half from my house. So Kenny, I guess you're going to go back home because we're all going into Jenks. So we stack back with our pizzas at 2:30 in the morning, whatever time Jenks closed. And I come back and Kenny hands me 2 tickets. I look at them; they're 2 noise violation tickets. I said, "Who'd you have over?" He goes, "No, buddy, he got 2 tickets by himself, this kid."
I bet he was like, he likes to get a little wild with his music. So
That was a great pizza place that was Point Pleasant. Manasquan had Gigi's.
Oh,
and that was where,
Gigi's.
they were open till like 3 or 4 in the morning, and it slices like the size of the box.
Then again, anything tastes good. I mean, think of some of the stuff we ate. What's the name of the chicken place? Smiley's at Hunter Mountain.
Still there.
Yeah, is it?
I skied there last week. It's still there.
Half chicken
You're still
place,
skiing?
half taxi.
Yeah. My daughter skis. So, you know what somebody told me? I was on a lift with a guy from in Utah last year.
Johnny Utah.
Utah. And I said he was 86. I go, 80. I say, how do you keep doing this? He goes, you know what the key is to skiing at this age? Never give a year up. Never take a year off because you'll never go back. Mm-hmm. And you know what? I believe that. I've been trying to ski every year.
I love the skiing.
I ski like a fullback. I do everything a fullback. I have full brace.
Julie Desort said Gigi's is still there.
Nice.
Gigi's still there.
And Todd Berger is a fishing captain in New Jersey now on a fishing boat. Frankie D'Onofrio gave us that input.
Todd Berger lives in Freehold. His son played for Freehold. Played for Freehold High School. Todd Berger would stalk the sidelines, like from the stands. Yeah. He did every game and stalked the sidelines from the stands. Everybody's afed of him.
He was a wild man.
Oh, wow,
tough guy.
Absolute wild.
Great guy. He was from Clark, New Jersey.
Clark, New Jersey. Yep. Great guy. Really good guy.
He did good with the Jets, too. And you know what? He stayed there. You know what? There's a good Parcells story. I don't know if this is true, but they said that he needed so many games to get his pension or whatever. And they said, even though I think Parcells was looking to get rid of him or something towards the end, kept him on for the amount of games for him to collect his pension. Pretty cool. And Parcells is a New Jersey guy, and love that.
Well, it's interesting. When I played at Southern Connecticut, you know who the head coach was?
Who?
Gilbride.
Come on.
Yeah, he was the head coach at Southern Connecticut when I played there.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Yeah. Interesting guy. Very young then, red hair. So we weren't going to talk about football.
I didn't think that was going to happen. Hey, for those of you out there, yeah, it is. He brought up that Zot thing.
We got a pizza video when you want one.
Yeah, we're gonna go into.
Falato played baseball too.
Is this part of
George's
visit to Roma?
Yeah, we're all excited. Bullet. George went and did some recon tonight over by Roman. It's the first time we really got them to be personal. And
great.
But everybody calls in the show and they love what they talk. Like they love their pizza and their calzones, and we have them up here. We can get a little loose later. We're gonna do a nice little tasting because we like to get a little dark and then, have a little calzone. Eddie, tell us a little about the different types of calzones.
George got them. In fact, I'm not sure what you picked up.
Well, the first calzone was the chicken calzone, which is a staple. They're all staples, really. Yeah. And then we got the spinach calzone.
Oh, that's on John Bott's word, so we're going to try that out.
No, my sister Jen used to get it. I've had it.
I've never had any other calzone other than chicken.
It's amazing.
It's uncharted water for me.
Okay.
It's amazing.
And then the spicy ground beef. The spicy ground beef.
He's whispering to my ear.
2014.
Listen, it changed my life. Listen, the spicy one changed my life. I'm not gonna lie. Solana,
2014 established that one.
When you taste this, it's a newer one to the repertoire, but it's amazing. And when you taste it, it's gonna change your life. It's a little naughty too, because it got a little kick to it, and when you get a little kick, it gets a little wild. All right, Bullet, are we get there?
There we go.
Let's get a little loose tonight.
We're getting up here.
$2.95. There's Charlie.
Look at him, Charlie.
Yeah, George, give us what you want.
You have to introduce this
the
one.
Famous hole.
Whoa, easy, the famous hole.
This is what's behind the famous hole.
Is that a shotgun?
It's a shotgun.
Make sure
pulled out a shotgun.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
So we know that's the hole, right? That's the famous hole that Tony looks out of all the time.
Wait, see Tony back there. It's always
it's the other way around.
No, Tony's always back there. Charlie in the front.
Wait, let me ask you something.
Yeah, go ahead.
So that's for him. If they get robbed, the one brother just drops behind the other
And the other
and
guy
he'll
takes the
just
shot.
blast
That is
the fucking
exactly
thing.
what they told me. They said that is what that hole is for. If something happens, that shotgun fits right through that hole, and they have a perfect. The sight. I didn't go back. I should have went back then.
Get
The
there,
sight
we'll get
line
there.
is perfect. Take anybody out that shotgun.
That's it.
Dude, that's
Yeah.
out of control.
And shotguns well.
Eddie, did we ever think we were getting George when we were going there? Did you ever think we were getting that?
I didn't think we did that at
I
all.
thought because he was back there like a victim with the ovens that like he was able to watch the pizza.
The delivery
watch them
guy
cook.
said, "I didn't know you had a shotgun back there." The delivery guy was scared to death.
Imagine he didn't duck and he shot the burglar. He would have got half bird shot in his head. Oh, that's good stuff.
But Bullet, we have all the segments that I took out there.
But
We have
we're gonna
the
go little by
beginning, the middle,
little.
and the end. So we
Yeah,
have it in order.
we're gonna touch a little
We're
bit
gonna
as we
touch.
go. But hey, George, wow.
Yeah, it was a.
Let me explain
experience.
something too.
It was an experience.
We only had one outfield correspondent, which you are now the infield correspondent.
take that.
We're going to
Thank
go
you
back to the
very much.
original. We're going to go back
Infield.
to
Infield.
So
Yeah.
I'm going to wind up slipping up and saying out.
I was
Well,
an
we did-
infielder, you know. So
Listen,
that makes sense.
George, that work
you
was
still are.
absolute genius.
Anthony.
Absolute
It
genius.
makes a perfect sense.
Anthony, we call it the outfield correspondent because we were trying to tell Mike Chick he's the infield correspondent because he's in the field
Yes.
corresponding. He said, "No, I'm out in the field."
Oh, he's out there, all right.
Yeah, he's out there.
in the
Left
field.
field.
So I tried to tell him it's not the term that they use in media, you know. And Mike goes, "Well, I don't like it, and I want to change it because Mike, you know, he's a star. We had
Mike
to
can
change
change
it.
it.
But now you get it. You're the infield correspondent
am.
because you're in the field. I love it. You're a baseball guy, so it's awesome.
Welcome to the crew, George.
Thank you very much.
Super
Thank you very
genius.
much.
I'll tell you what, I can't believe they brought out a shotgun.
I love
That's
your work.
crazy.
That the shotgun was. I thought he was going to shoot me. I was scared. I don't
Let
know
me
what
ask you a
was
question.
going on.
Does the delivery guy know to duck? Obviously not.
Well,
When
now he
it
does.
comes to the-
Now he.
So you keep it live
I
safer
interviewed
already.
him too. I asked him a couple of questions too. Yeah.
You know what? You just
Like a
saved his
Bugs
life.
Bunny
This is not
cartoon.
Frankie D'Onofrio should have gave
Frankie
up.
should have
Was,
said something
you know,
about
when
that.
he was sitting here, I should have warned you.
He said he was the first person behind the counter to work the register in like the history of like Roma, but he never said anything about a shotgun.
He was beaming with pride when he
He
told
was.
you
Did
about
you
that.
see him? I could see he had a glimmer in his eye, like,
my
"Hey,
God.
hey, trust me."
I got back there too tonight. By the way.
You saw behind through.
Yeah, I
Really?
saw behind.
You
I
saw
went,
the-
I went
No
behind.
one's ever been back
yeah.
there.
You saw
Come
brick
on.
cold wall.
I didn't go back there. They wouldn't let me back. No, they said you can't go past this door, but they let me behind the counter.
Which is going to bring me to a quick little.
Empowered.
There's a quick little anecdote. I got to tell this one. It's for the West New York guys out there. I ran into a couple people. Wayne Zid had that St. Patty's Day parade or whatever happened, and I ran into some people that knew Bull. They knew Chris Tapiro, and they were from the Bluffs, right, Chris? People are drinking right now. People are drinking straight through.
Drink.
But it turns out there was a robbery at Luna's Pizzeria, and what happened, Anthony? They Ed robbed the place, George, and not only did they steal the money, but when they were behind the counter, they found a machine gun. So not only did the guys that robbed the place got the money, but now they're armed with a machine gun, running down outside the Bluffs, like trying to get away. Now they gave me the names, but I'm not going to bring that up because supposedly Luna was so into Loon that he didn't want police justice because they just wanted their machine gun back.
Right.
That's it.
They didn't want their name on that machine gun that was out in the public.
running a similar operation over that gun.
Yeah, that goes out to Jack Kennel and Jackie Kennel.
I want to tell you one of the comments here. Phil Natossi thinks that you deserve a blue ball. Now, do you mind? Do you mind if the ball comes in at this point?
I got no problem with the blue ball. I got no problem with the blue
Now, if you get a red ball, you're going to get all emotional. You don't want that?
Upset. I'm taking a pizza back.
Anthony, we had
Take the cannolis, leave the machine.
Another topic I wanted to break. We didn't talk about this earlier. I want to go back to high school days and our listeners too. Well, let me start by saying this. When I talked to my cousin Joe and Tommy Leggio and even Ed Somick and those guys, it's a very different atmosphere of relationships that teachers aren't. They're very arm's length with the kids these days. It's a very more strict situation. When we went to school, there was that handful of teachers that were like your friend. And you got any memories of teachers like that really was like you forgot they were your teacher?
Oh, God.
Everybody. Every teacher.
forgot that you were a teacher. Wait a second. Can you elaborate on that? Forgot that they were your teacher. Like, what do you mean? Like, middle of the night?
I mean,
Well,
because I would have
These male teachers
Randy
and female
Well, let me
teachers.
tell you a story.
Randy Shave.
Yeah,
Randy
Randy
Shave
Shave.
was like my big brother, like my father,
Yeah.
and if I got my hand, he slapped me in the head.
I love that guy.
No problem.
That guy.
Well, when I say forget that they're your teacher, let me give you a story. And this was, I think it was my junior year, and I'm sitting in, everybody remembers Mrs. Enowitz, who was
Love Ann Ruth Enowitz.
Very
I love her.
entertaining.
God rest her soul.
very entertaining. Mrs.
I was just
Enowitz.
going to say,
But she was a straight shooter.
She passed away.
She was the teacher, you were the student. So I'm sitting in her class, and who comes walking down the hallway but Mr. Totora, who was a classic. And she is, how do I say this? She
Fashion
was
icon,
a feminist.
Totora.
And she was not into his loose way of teaching skills. You know, I loved him. He was great to us.
his polyester
So I'm sitting in the class. He walks in the door, looks at me, and goes, "How you doing, hun?" Totally pissed her off.
My name is
Can I see Bart? Can I see Bart for a minute? So I come out the hallway, and here he is. I was running an NCAA basketball pool. He goes, "This is for me. This is for Shave. 3 for Capasto." He's got. That's what I'm talking about. You forget you're there. You're
Right.
teaching. This is like another. friend of the
absolutely.
school.
Well, he used to do the same stuff to me, Totori. He would pull me out of class. He would pull me on the side. He goes, "Here's $20, Thomas. I need you to go to True's Deli, get me a Black Forest ham and Swiss on a round roll with spicy mustard. That's got to be the spicy mustard, Tomasello, not the yellow mustard. I don't like that yellow mustard. And get what you want."
and don't get caught, because if you get caught, I'll deny everything.
Right.
And don't get hit by a car across the boulevard.
Because you weren't allowed to go out for lunch. They never
No,
let you out.
no, you
In
weren't
fact,
allowed
when
to go
I
out
was
for
a sophomore, there was a walkout. The whole school walked
Was
out.
that because of the Vietnam War?
No, it was
I'm only
because
joking. I'm
they couldn't
joking,
have
Anthony.
lunches. They didn't have lunch.
Everybody went to Nick's.
Everybody walked out of the
Everybody
school.
went to
Couldn't
Nick's,
have
probably.
lunch. They lost complete control. It was crazy, man.
Sure to go to Deerhead Inn?
Well, that's where we went. Yeah. That's we went down to the Deerhead Inn, man.
I remember sitting in Nick's Pizza, right? Everybody loves somebody, brother. And I'm in there, and all of a sudden, the phone rings. He grabs the phone. He looks. I see him, like, and I'm now, this time, like, I stuck out with my girl. I wanted to, like, kiss a little bit in that back, that back road? I don't even know the name of that, where it's like we leave the high school where Clouby was down there, and you're with that back road before.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what street. You're a fireman. You don't know that street?
Yeah.
But all of a sudden, Nick looks, and he's like, looks at me. He's like,
Oh,
"See
the
that?"
basketball courts down there.
No, not that way.
Oh,
No,
okay.
No, like when you come at Clouby was like in that industrial
Yeah,
area.
yeah.
That was the way we escaped. We escaped through that door.
The industrial
Yeah,
areas,
yeah,
yeah.
right.
They would turn their head.
And Nick turns to me and goes, "Listen, yeah, Greg's here. And I looked at Nick, the pizza guy. He goes, I said, "No, could we put it on the arm? Because I didn't want. I got the girl now. I get $3.
I still have a tab.
I get $3. Yeah, I get $3 for lunch. I get the girl here. She get the sandwich in the oven. All of a sudden, he gives me 2 packs of fucking Marlboro Red. Right? I go take back. I go, "What are these for?" He goes, "The Marlboro Red. You got to bring up Dalton's office." I was like, now, look, I thought not only did I have to get a Marlboro Red, it's like 2 packs. Now I'm going to walk in and he's going to give me detention.
Oh, my God.
When I came in, he goes, "Take this." He goes, I said, No, it's on me. It's on me. It's on my bill.
Oh, Dalton was the best.
I was
man.
Dalton
He
the
was
best. I love that
Listen,
motherfucker.
you want to talk about the difference between like getting away with stuff and not getting away. So we were in high school, and it started when it was my junior year. In fact, my junior year might have been the toughest team ever to play because you had all the kids from my year, and you had the Edlers and Conti and Kelly,
tough son of a bitch.
Boyle, and all those Burkle and Cavaha. But
That's a lot of tough Irish right
we
there.
used, and you can't do this anymore. We used to break the huddle with Zig Heil. Instead of
remember
ready
that?
break, we'd say
Pizza
Zig
and
Heil.
love. Pizza and love.
Pizza and love.
We're trying to stay off the Nazi stuff. 'Cause
Sorry. We talked about Dalton.
Although it was just, it was a good point. Germany had that.
Too soon.
They had that wall machine, and we know that the Blitzkrieg was based off the Blitz.
Yes.
We could tie it into that.
Well,
That's-
we would blitz, and that would be the call.
Yeah, Zig Heil, Zig
All
Heil
right.
huddle.
All right, change the topic.
Another
I love
story-
that Anthony's here, man. I'm going to tell you about a plethora of knowledge.
Another story is I went to St. Joe's my freshman year, and for some reason the Catholic school got out like June 5th, whereas North Bergen High School was going to somewhere on the 20th.
Yeah,
back in
sometimes like the 26th
So-
of June.
Right, so I'm off school, but all my friends are at North Bergen High School. So I'm like, what do? So I'm going to go there, get into school, and hang out and have lunch with those guys.
That
And I
sounds
noticed
like
nobody's used to the food yet. The freshman year, the food's awful.
Chef
right?
Chuck wasn't there yet.
Yeah, not yet.
He
right.
was amazing. He was amazing. Chucky March was amazing.
Right.
Amazing.
So I go home that night and I tell my father, "Dad, I need like $40 or $50." He said, what are you talking about? I said, "Just give me $40 or $50." So my plan was I would stop at Fifth Avenue Deli, get
I love
8
Fifth Avenue
meatball
Deli.
palm sandwiches, and I go in there and like shuck them for $2 more. I was for $2 a sandwich.
You're always working on it. You're always working on it. This guy's always
like
As a freshman, he was working on it.
that's and
There
he's
was
like-
always an angle, Eddie Bart. Always an angle.
He's here 3 weeks. He's already producing his own show. I don't even know. He's
Figured out
gonna
new furniture.
He owns the building. You know that, right?
He's gonna be CEO of the sushi place downstairs.
know it'll
He
be the
owns
Eddie
the
Bud
building.
show.
Can you get them this goddamn fan?
Making California rolls.
Well, it'd be the Eddie Bart show.
I'm
gonna have Greg in bi-monthly.
Me and Bullet on like the ads he puts up on the ads, like our names just getting lower and lower.
Yeah, they're gonna be in the second comment box pretty soon. Not even in the headline.
Hey, once again, if everybody needs to check out Mike Chick's page, do yourself a favor. Be careful because he was already kicked off one show. We don't want you to get caught up in something else because he threatened somebody at a non-kill shelter. So just be careful.
But he was doing the right thing with that.
I gotta agree with him too, Mikey. We love you for doing that. We love you a lot, and just be careful. But threatening people like that, animal people are really different. They're like a different breed of cat. No pun intended. But all right, so really quick, I have to go back to a few things. What? No. Anthony, I want to say some funny stuff. Anthony, he's an author, but he was an actor. She was on the Snickers commercial. We don't have the Snickers commercial. We're gonna work on it. We're gonna get it. We're gonna show it probably next week. So tune in. So we're gonna break his balls. He was also in the YouTube video.
Yeah.
And it was like it's 11 footage. So we don't want to get emotional right now. We're gonna go in that direction. But I also want to say some good stuff about Anthony. Anthony is a very intelligent guy. And don't blush. I don't want to blush, especially on camera.
I don't blush.
But he belongs to Mensa. He belongs to Mensa. So I'm gonna tell a funny little story. I'm not really bright. I like to think that I can speak maybe a little bit. I can pull it off, and I try not to let people know how really retarded I am. And when I say retard, I say with a T-A-R-T, not retard. It's retard.
I'm not touching it.
But Anthony said to me out of high school, and he said, "Listen, there's this group. You pick up stuff really quick in football and anything like that.
I have no recollection of this. But
you're pretty well rounded, and would you be interested in maybe joining this group, right?" So I go, "What is it?" He gives me like 2 pamphlets, right? I read through. It's like the weekly thing on like Mensa. So I never heard of Mensa. You belong to Mensa.
Yeah, I do.
It's like if people don't know what it is, it's like the high IQ
it's like
society.
You got to take this test, and I took the test. But then once you pass the test and they put you into Mensa, they had all these special interest groups, and they wanted you to join this whole Mensa world. And I didn't want anything. All I wanted was the certificate. And saying that
you belong to Mensa.
That I belong to Mensa.
It's a nice accomplishment.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
But then they all hate each other, like all the different groups.
Oh yeah.
So I go, what are you trying to do? I said, number one, I think I got you tricked too, and you're in Mensa because I'm retarded. And I go, by the way,
it doesn't mean you're smart.
It just means you think differently.
Yeah, and I definitely think differently.
That's what my teacher's been telling me my whole life, that I think differently.
You do. You definitely do.
By having you on the show, it makes me think differently, then I'm proud to think differently, right, Ed?
Yeah, Anthony, Kenny Bello signed in and wants to know, will there be a Snickers part 2? Kenny, are you down there in Key West? Are we reaching the code down there?
He's watching it from a TV in jail.
Oh, him and Gallo on a boat somewhere just drifting aimlessly.
Watching Pizza Time.
I'll tell you what, Anthony.
Good for you to be here, Ken.
Kenny, we miss you. Happy birthday, by the way, bro.
Yeah, happy birthday.
I'm down at Key West, and my ex-wife, I guess she likes cats, right? So Hemingway's got these cats. They have thumbs, right? But now we go on this. We're at Hemingway's house, and I'm curious. I'm curious. Where did he write this? Was his typewriter? Stuff like that. So I'm asking this guy who's giving the tour, where did he write? What did he write? Then the next guy's raises his hand. He's like, well, how many cats are on the property, right? Then the next guy was like, well, did he write for who the bell tolls here? The next question's like, how many different types of cats does he have? So then I start to realize my wife looks at me. I go, am I the person here that cares about Hemingway? Everybody else cares about his fucking cats? I go,
your references weren't catching?
Yeah. So she goes, I go, watch, I'm going to ask one more question about Hemingway. Someone's going to follow up with a question about these fucking cats. So I go, what's with the pool? Is it like a wading pool? Is that great story. He talked about his wife. She was spending all his money while he got married in Cuba at that other house. So he said, what are you doing? You're going to spend my last red cent in Key West. So she took a penny and she glued it into the cement. And she put a thing over it. She took, I guess they took a fucking photograph of it. And she sent it to him. You don't come back from your other wife. I'm going to send every one of your last red cents.
Oh, shit.
And that's what she put in the cement.
Gotcha.
So it's a real cool story. But then right after that, sure enough, did the cats ever scratch at his first books? I go, get me the fuck out of here. I'm stuck with all these cat people,
What do you expect? They've been down there as stoned and drunk.
Yeah. It's a cool atmosphere.
It's a great place.
It's my favorite place to be.
I've never been there. Never been there.
open up Cuba. I can't wait to go to Hemingway's house in Cuba, man. If you guys want to go, if you're interested, I don't know what's going
That's
on.
probably where Kenny's on his way to.
Yeah, Kenny's right there. That's
Kenny's on his
Kenny's right there. Listen, I love.
Let's go.
He's the
time to Cuba.
He's the original Papa. You know what I mean? I love Hemingway. He's one of my. He's my favorite writer.
Our new thing is we're going back to show high school photos of people. Do we got? Since Anthony's a guest tonight, why don't we? Do we have anything, Anthony, that we could bring up there?
Bullet. Do we have anything?
Oh, look at with the long locks. Look at him.
Look at this guy.
Ron Duguay.
Is that?
I remember that guy.
Bigamy.
Wait, is that Lou Ferrigno? Before he turned into the Hulk?
I remember that guy.
He had the horse collar going.
You got a red bandana around it too. Red
I wore a
bandana.
full cage too.
Did you
I'll tell
really?
How to wear a full cage? You not wear a fullback and not wear a full cage.
You got to wear a full cage.
Now, Billy Solon, Anthony says he wore number 29 better than you. I'm not looking to start shitting, Billy, but there it is.
Who's Billy Solon?
He wore a horse collar, too, so I figure, you got a lot in common.
Who's Billy Solon?
All right, Anthony, we got to get into it. Listen, I just want to say, we're gonna go back to some. Could we go back to one pizza segment because Bullet's gonna reel us in right now? But then after that, we're gonna talk about the '84 and the '78 team.
George, did you want to walk over and pick the one?
Do you want to? Yeah. Do you want to get involved to help Bullet a little bit?
What was Phil?
I can help Bill. Sure.
That could crash the site.
Could we go the one him looking through?
Yeah. Show. You know what? Show a random one, and I'll
One
walk
you're
through
walking right into the store. Is that
Yeah,
a good
let's
one?
do that
Oh,
one. That's
that's
the
a
beginning.
that's
the
a good
beginning. We put the order in.
Is that where you first showed a shotgun?
No,
As you're
I
walking
didn't.
in.
I would turn around and
This
look.
guy looks shady.
I can't believe. You know what? You put people on camera, you never know what you're gonna get. They come out with a shotgun. I've been going there my whole life.
Never knew we
And
had
you know what? I was rude when I was a young kid. You know what I mean? Like,
And they
God
never
forbid.
put a shotgun at you.
Yeah, you could have.
I bet that talks about that's about
Not as
love.
far
That's
as
a
you-
love segment tonight. That
That
they
is
never,
love.
They didn't want to shoot me out. You know, and I was an obnoxious person.
Pizza and love.
Pizza love, baby.
This is the guy, Greg, who wanted to kill me because I was using a fork and knife to eat a calzone.
Calzone.
Oh.
Bullet
He
ass.
just looked at me like I was.
Yeah.
Charlie Romo.
Yeah.
No, he didn't like it.
Charlie did
He-
that.
I don't think he gave it to me. He wanted to give it to me.
He,
at
you know,
first.
he
took
gave
it
it to you, but he was insulted.
He took it away.
Yeah.
He didn't take it away. No one's taking,
That's it.
no one's taking anything off Bullet.
His house, his rules.
No one's going to lose a finger. I know it on a lot weirder.
That's not how you do it.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
All right.
Is that my mother? My mom?
It's easy. Easy.
Is my mom showed up? I know her leg's feeling better. She can climb these stairs. The stairs here at the studio are really big.
Walking
really?
into Roma, right?
All
It's
right,
in
this
here,
is the
man.
beginning.
Oh, God, she starts
Walking
slapping
into
all-
Roma, everybody.
The show goes till 2 in the
Oh,
morning.
here we go.
It speaks for itself. It speaks for itself.
Guys, we go a little longer tonight.
It's great, man. This is
I
great.
think I've been there.
Dude, it's crazy windy out there.
Windy. It was so windy.
Soprano
Oh,
music
this
should be playing.
How are you guys?
Look at them.
Good. How are you doing tonight? Here for pizza time.
Pizza time.
Pizza
There he
time.
is. There he is.
Everybody's watching us.
Everybody's watching you. I'd like to place my order, please.
Excellent. What would you like?
We grew up on these guys'
First, we
food.
would love
I
a large
know.
pie.
They're so nice to you, though. You got a good knack at this. Man.
For three other staples. Three staples are chicken calzone, spinach calzone, and that spicy calzone, which is new to the menu.
It's gonna
Ground
change.
beef?
The ground beef. How long has that been around?
A few months.
I've been away for a while.
It's the latest.
It's gonna
Late.
change your life.
Latest craze. It's good.
George, this is good stuff.
Right, doing good.
Charlie does the talking. He's the
ordering?
personality.
He's the person. It's like Penn and Teller when the one guy don't talk. It's like Penn and Teller, the one guy doesn't speak.
Hello, Roma.
Thank you. Okay, we'll be back in
Excellent.
All right, there you
Bo,
go.
that was good
Beautiful.
stuff, bro.
right.
That's good. Hey, George, man, that's awesome.
That's good stuff.
That's hard to
Tip
get
of the
those
iceberg.
guys, you know?
Tip of the
It's the
iceberg.
tip of the iceberg.
You'll have him dancing next
And
time.
Kathy,
right?
Yeah.
Kathy Lake makes a great point.
Sing
They
it.
don't age.
They don't.
These guys do
They're
not
exactly
change.
the same.
It's like a wax museum in there.
You have him dancing and singing Italian
Oh
songs.
yeah. Well, there's a video of Italian songs and making the pizza.
There we go.
We're gonna get there. We're gonna-
Anthony, I got to talk. You were saying a couple things early in creative that there's about 3 different things that you separate the 78 team from the 84 team.
First of all, I was on it. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, we expect that.
Yeah. Well,
Give it a
okay.
little bit.
Yeah, you ready?
Filato,
Oh,
get to the keyboard,
Filato in there.
Filato.
Get the. Yeah, this is gonna crash the site, by the
Yeah,
way.
Angelo, Samarino, Cenzo, if you guys are listening.
Yeah. Listen.
This is like the sauce gravy debate, the 78 or 84 in North Bergen.
Well, the '84
Yeah,
team,
well,
you
they're-
guys were pretty good. You ever hear about standing on the shoulder of giants?
Oh.
That's what you did. Anyway,
But
so
shouldn't that be the 77 team to
yes,
you guys?
I told you the '77 team was a better team. They
Really?
they lost the game
you
by a
honestly
point.
believe that?
I do.
Wow, that's amazing. That's really cool
And
that you
that
say something like
77
that.
team-
That's so non-selfish.
The '77 team didn't have Capozzi or Carvajal.
And you thought they were the team.
They would have been.
Wow.
Well, they tied a game, and they lost the game by a point on a tip pass. But they absolutely destroyed Clifton, just like '84 team did.
Okay.
And then in the and this is a great quote from your father. In the state championship, they're playing Snyder now. Giant Stadium, nothing, an absolute slugfest between two Hudson County powers. Walker Ashley's on them.
Yeah.
Louis King, kids that all went to D1. Yeah. North Bergen, really had nobody, except guys with heart.
Tough
So
guys.
Conti runs this 60-yard touchdown to win the game.
Number 29 he was?
Conti was
I know, I just wanted
37.
I wanted to say that was
I
me.
was 29.
I know.
Conti was 37. So here's the quote from your father. Great quote. Louis King's a captain in Jersey City now, fire department. And it talks to your father. He's going, I don't believe how every kid on that field was faster than Keith Conti. But he goes 60 yards for a touchdown. Nobody catches him. You know what your father said? You know why? Because we knocked this all down. It was one of the greatest quotes I ever heard in my life, man. And that was the truth. They just knocked everybody down. Conti went right up the field, man.
I ran into a guy at I was in an awards ceremony with my dad actually, and the guy came up. We're in South Jersey. St. Pierre got inducted into the New Jersey Hall of Fame, and so did my dad. And we're down there, and we there was a bunch of guys that played the game before you. I don't know what the team was.
Oh, Butler.
It was Butler. He said they went wild. My dad gave a speech about being a rat in the corner. And they said you guys came in with stereo equipment. You came in, and they said they had lost, and they came off the field.
Yeah.
And they had to wait for you guys to go into the locker room to change their clothes. And they said they never heard anything more intense than I don't even know. Can you elaborate?
I played in college with Craig D. Pasquale, who was the quarterback. Oh, he was a running back on Butler. And he goes, you played for North Bergen? Were you in that locker room? Because they were standing there, we were there, and your father's giving this speech. And what happened was we bought the stereo in, and we would first listen to Patton's war speech.
Oh my God!
No bastard ever won a war, dying for his. That was what we listened to before the game.
Make the same sucker die for his.
Made the other poor bastard die for his country. We're gonna grease their living guts, you know.
Yeah.
So your father gives this great speech about being a rat in a cage because we had been number one in the state for 11 weeks.
Wow.
We were number 2 going into week 1. Bricktown lost. Not Bricktown. Westfield lost. We beat Brick.
And then Brick was Warren Wolf.
Brick was Warren Wolf.
Oh
yep.
wow, he was.
And
guys, he's the number 2 coach in the state with wins right now. But I originally came from West York, worked under Caviello, and he went down to Bricktown.
Yeah,
great man.
Absolute.
He wrote a book. He wrote a book of Joe Caviello called Master Mentor.
Mr.
If you
Mentor.
get a chance and you read that, it's absolutely amazing. It is a great book.
So. Brick loses. They shove us in at number 1. We stay number 1 the whole year, and so we're in Giant Stadium. We win the game. But we'll talk about this now. Statissimo, and this is and listen, I believe '77 was a much tougher team than we were.
That's cool.
But we were number 2 in the state because they won the state championship.
They brought you to the limelight.
They put us to where we had to be.
They put you put your face on the map.
Then we didn't lose. So we knew you can't lose. Right?
Especially with the shoulders that you climbed on. That's awesome.
Yeah, so where Statissimo says, he goes, you know what, Villa? It's the 84 team, Devan, Filato, a lot of talent there, a lot of talent. But you know what? 78 team was never going to lose. That team was never going to lose. He goes, and you played those guys, you know what happened? Ricky Barron would have put a van out in the first quarter, game would have been over.
But yeah, you know what? I love that. But those guys were so talented.
I gotta tell you,
they were very talented.
I was
very talented.
But I love that though. Can you give me the rat in the corner though? Because I get douche chills. I hear.
Oh, the rat in the corner.
Because I was a young kid.
I don't remember the whole thing, but he was like.
What was it basically? What was he trying to convey?
Everybody's gunning for you. The whole season, everybody's gunning for you. Every single team, the game of the year for them was to play North Bergen.
Wow.
That was the game of the year
stuff.
for them. And it's interesting. I don't know if you saw the article I wrote about firefighting in football.
I did read that about all guys that were captains and everything that had played for North Bergen.
Actually,
that was amazing. My father was so jazzed up by that, man.
I gave it to him in the new book.
He got emotional.
Full Contact Leadership book. I used some of those quotes, like Mackie Falco, who played when I was a freshman, said he had a way of reaching into your soul and pulling out the best that you can be.
Wow.
And Mark Johnson said, when you played for North Bergen, you expected to win. And Nicky Prado said, and I know this off the top of my head.
I love Nicky. You coached Nicky, too.
Yeah, I coached Nicky. He's a captain in the fire department.
Yeah,
but he doesn't know that a stingray can kill it. Anyway, that's another story. You were there. I was in Florida with the Zoid.
When he shattered his face mask in Hoboken,
Shattered his
was
face
that intense?
mask,
When
yeah.
he hit the kid on the option.
Yeah.
So Jason Cassessa, I think
That was
wild.
one of the greatest games I ever saw. But Nicky Prado.
By the way, we won 3-0. I was on 1990 team.
There
I'm
you
sorry, I
go.
just had to throw it
Great
there.
team, great team.
Yeah.
How about that team? Might have been the best defense that ever played for North Bergen. You
Yeah.
went 7 games and four
And
downs,
four downs.
without giving up a touchdown.
That's
And we
good.
lost the game 2-0.
We-
Right? The Memorial.
did.
Yeah.
Well, let me
So,
interject something about
anyway,
84. 1 second.
I'm not done, man.
You are now, because Filato's going to kill me if I don't start
want-
propping up some 84 stuff.
I want. Oh, I got right really quick.
One other thing
I,
that Nicky
I
Prado-
gotta hear the rat. I gotta.
All right.
I gotta hear the rat in the
Okay.
corner because the guy from Butler said this. I never really heard the story. But now I got full testament right here.
Right. Well, just quick, Nicky Prado said, growing up in North Bergen, you wanted 2 things: play for North Bergen and play for Coach Askeles.
Exactly.
Good stuff.
Anyway, so the rat in a cage thing, he was like, everybody's gunning for you. You're a rat in a cage. See these corners here? That's where a rat goes when he's in the corner. But when people come after him, he lashes out. He jumps out. That's what you have to do.
So that's what those Butler guys saw, like
That's
that
what
in the
they
cage
saw.
speech.
But you know what, though? That's a speech he gave to Vincent III's team. That's on YouTube in that locker room.
That's fantastic.
Really?
That, I play that when I go and speak across the country.
Come on.
I play that.
Come on.
Because that is, we're going to go out and make them believe.
Yeah,
oh,
oh,
my
yeah,
God.
oh,
I
yeah.
got chills right now.
I love you. I love you, Anthony, man. That's good stuff. That's why
but
we do.
listen, you know what? I coached with your dad for 10 years.
Yeah.
And like I said, that sideline when you played could have been the best reality show of all time with your brother Vinny. I remember your brother Vinny faking a punt one time or
That don't like
going
the-
to block
It was,
a
like
punt.
it was on the 20-yard line. He faked the punt. The
He
kid
faked
took
the
a knee
punt,
or something.
and your
right?
father wanted to kill him.
And then he went.
Where is he? Where is he? Your father stalking the side.
I heard he
He's-
hid under the towel.
He's hiding behind the ambulance on the other side of the field. Your father was going to kill him.
How about he walked by Mike and goes, "Now we'll see what your defense is made of."
But that was a reality show, man. That was a reality show. But
That was a good team. We lost 7-3 in the state championship. But I got to say something really quick about Tony. Anthony, I'm sorry, I keep doing that.
that's all right.
Anthony, me and Damian Zedauer, he was a linebacker coach in 1990, and he said, if you win the state championship, he goes, we're gonna fucking jump in the lake, right? So Anthony goes, you fucking win the state championship. Because they were blowing teams out. We beat them 14-9 like in the season, but then they started beat teams by like 40. Hoboken like found there. But then that game we wound up winning. It was a great game. It was a good fight. We won 3-0. But now the game is over. Everybody celebrate. Everybody's taking pictures. We go to walk off. Me and Damien go over to Anthony. We tap him. He goes, "What's up?"
Let's go.
So we go jump in the lake. He goes, "Which way is it?" like
I know.
I was like, Let's
The
do
whole
it.
team started running towards the fence.
Now we're all climbing the fence. I get caught. I get all ripped up, like my arm and everything. My jersey's ripped. All of a sudden, Martinelli, he was really like cool with
Picked
that.
the fence
Like,
up.
yeah, he picked the fence up. Everybody went up the fence.
The
'Cause
whole
it was
team was in a lake.
Yeah, it was the whole team. I dive in. Also, I land on a rock. I turn around. Everybody, don't dive. It's real shallow. Yeah, but we dove in. We had a
Dove
great
in a
time,
lake,
man.
man.
And
Yeah,
we
no,
started
it was
that, and
great.
they did that when they won 97. You guys
Everybody
did it.
forgets about the 97 team. That was an undefeated team. That was
Were
a
they
team.
undefeated?
That
In
was
fact,
yes.
you didn't see the comments. Rolly Zarilla said, "Don't forget the '97."
That was a
team."
great team.
I
Those
love
was
Rolly.
those were some of the best kids I ever coached, man.
Really?
Oh my God, what great kids! Rolly Zarilla and the other
Jamar Wilkins.
I'm trying to think of the other
Castro
linebacker
too, right?
was.
Did you have a Castro in that? thing?
Maybe-
Yeah, Castro was.
PJ.
I think,
PJ?
no.
No, David.
I don't
No,
know.
David,
No Castro
David.
on that team.
No
He was
Castro.
on with these guys, but
You had a Marcus Battle, I think.
Lucas
right?
Battle was a
a
junior. But Rolly Zarilla played linebacker, and I can't remember the other. Oh, Sammy Kay.
Sammy K, yeah,
Great
yeah.
linebackers.
Arabic
Oh,
kid.
my
he was
God.
from like 74th Street. He grew up in that
I remember
Arabic
fast
community.
kid.
Yeah, he has like 9 kids right now.
Well,
he's
he
doing
used
well.
to go over to
Starting his own
Beirut in the
team.
summertime for
Starting his own
vacation.
team. He's too away
Talk
from his
about
own-
a tough kid. He went to Beirut in the summertime for vacation.
Who
You
goes
know?
to Beirut for vacation at that time? Remember?
Yeah.
So
You
can I
know?
get in my to defend?
All right,
I
listen.
got to defend
And
Joey
you gotta
Filano.
say- all right.
And then I have 3
Neville,
words.
Lombardi.
I got 3
Bartley,
words
Wake up
after
to
that.
Joey, Ligia, Vidiaz. Come on.
All right, they're all calling in.
That's
But
great.
you know
You're
I'm going to hear
crash
shit.
the site.
I'm going to hear shit. Here's the story with them. Let me get out a few facts about the '84. They
played
I
no
was
one.
all right, I was a sophomore. All right, so I got to see them up front. I really can't say that 77 or 78 wasn't better than them. But here's what I did see. I saw guys whose closest game was 27-3.
They played
That was
teams
their
that had
closest
like
game.
2 wins.
Okay, they never played the second half either. These guys, and that's the God's truth.
So what? They played teams with no wins.
This is an endless
you were
argument.
a
This is- we're
sophomore.
never going to win this.
No, we're
Which
not
gave us a lot of the juniors and
All
the
right.
sophomores time to play. I like
6 out of our 11 games are against teams with 2 losses or less.
I have somebody.
back to pizza.
I have somebody who will be able to settle the argument very
Can't
quickly.
settle this argument.
Nobody said that.
ever.
I just
This
got
is gonna
three-
go on forever until we
last
die.
thing. Last thing. 3 words for you 84 guys. 3 words that differentiate the two teams. Star, ledger, trophy.
Oh,
And you know
They
this
had-
guy. And
they
you know
were
this guy will probably take your side. It's
They're probably going to be waiting out for me and beat the
Mr.
shit out of me in the street.
Statissimo.
You got
Yeah,
you got
Tis. I
some
told you
news
it's
about
Tis.
this. What was his
He-
quote?
Tis said that they had one player that made a difference. Capozzi?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
my dad told me that Capozzi never lost the game, right? Because he broke his leg.
Never.
Yep.
He was like on a. He
Oh,
was
no,
on,
no,
he was on a Vesper.
As
in,
a sophomore, they lost to Bayonne twice.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, but Posey.
But he broke his leg in like on a Vesper in Italy
Yeah.
or something over the summer,
Yeah.
and he missed like games they lost in or something.
Posey was an animal his sophomore year, but he broke his leg his junior year, and he was great his senior year, but I always felt he lost a little bit of his nerve.
Really?
I always
Well,
always
that happens
felt he
to a
was-
running back when they get a little banged up. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I never got banged up.
Oh, I love.
I never got hurt.
Anthony. Really?
I never got hurt. No.
Well, Greg, what else are we going to get to here?
Anyway, I love you, 84
We're at
guys.
about 10:45 now.
We're at 10:45 right
Yeah,
now. Oh,
it's
hey,
fine.
Bullet.
Yeah.
I told.
Time
Listen,
flies.
Anthony's on the radio. Andy works on the radio. Anthony, can you tell a little bit about your book that's coming up and the name of it? I want to talk about this one. Can you pass it over to me?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Bullet, can I?
Wow.
Can we get over here on me a little bit?
Bullet.
A little shot here.
Filato just joined it again. Joey, you're going to have to go back and watch the recap. I did defend you guys.
We're doing the best we can. I have to really get on this. Whenever I have a hardcover book, I'm an avid reader. Not that I'm proud of that, but I'm
good to read.
I'm an old soul.
Fundamental.
But listen, this is what he wrote. This is what he wrote to my dad. And this goes back to 10/17/03. It says, Coach, I wanted to have this book as a testament to your positive influence you had on my life. Many of the positive attributes of my life have come from about as a direct result from your guidance as a role model. You taught me to set goals and strive to achieve them. This is one of them. Congratulations on your 300th win. I will always bleed red and gold. God bless you, Anthony. Dude, come
Very
on.
well put.
Wow,
That's
man,
That's great.
that's emotional. That's emotional, crazy
Hey,
stuff.
listen, your dad was like I said, my dad passed away. Your dad became, as time went, he became like a second dad. Many kids. Second dad got people out of trouble, just
Man,
salted the
me
earth.
and you had a conversation, like, right, when you called me, like, what's the matter? Right? At the
Oh,
end,
yeah.
like,
Yeah, so I was
hey,
always
coach,
saying.
coach, what's going on? What's the matter? What happened?
And I would say, why do you always ask what's the
Because that's
matter?
North America, though.
I said, have I ever been that guy that says, Coach, you need to get me out of jail? Coach, you need to get Coach Anthony, what's the matter? He goes, oh, that's just what I always say.
Yeah, because there's so many of us that there
What's
is
the matter?
so many of us. There
You
is
know,
a what's
now
the
that you
matter.
say it, when I used to call the house and when he got
What's-
sick, what's the matter?
Eddie, what's the matter?
That was his instant reaction. I guess through the years, so many kids called him when they got jammed up.
What's the matter? But the new book, which is coming out in May, is called Contact Leadership. I wrote it with my mentor, whose name is Ed Flood. He was my captain, became chief of North Hudson. He's actually on the cover of the book you just showed.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, it's on the cover. And the book coming out is, I think it's a game changer. He's a genius. And
But you did a leadership book. That's amazing. You've always been a leader, and you've always been into that. And I mean, what I was talking about before with the Mentor, and even the classes that you give for like firemen to be better firemen. I mean, that's amazing stuff. And
try, you try and
You've always
pass
been-
it on, pay it forward, man.
But we always talk about on the show, you either get better or you get worse every day. And obviously, you always just you get better and you get better. I remember
Right.
talking to you one time when I was going to college, and I said, I don't know. I said, Tony, Anthony, I'm sorry, Anthony,
okay.
I don't know if there's a lot of stuff that interests me that I'm into, but what do I do in this educational aspect of it when I go to college? I have to do all this other stuff. And you said, you take what interests you. I went to William Patterson. You finished with like 200 credits in your BA, right? No, because you like education. I like education, but I like my education.
Mm-hmm.
Like I like stuff I want to learn about, and that was one of the things you set me forward with, which was really amazing.
Really?
And
It's
it helps
amazing,
me. It helps me.
amazing what I tell people that I don't remember, but they do. It's pretty interesting. But I had 177 credits when I graduated, 28 years, and then I got my master's degree after. So
that's good stuff.
That's great.
But I'm so done with fucking school. I really am. I'm tired of it.
Did you want to bring up? There was another show on tonight. I think it was Fernando Uribe's show.
Yeah, Fernando Uribe. Of our Wayne Zitt. He was the first one. You know, we were behind him 100%, and we love
Yes.
him. We love him. We love him so much. Wayne played for you also, Anthony, and he's running for mayor of Berg, and I was talking to Eddie before, and this goes out of context. I mean, a lot of people don't do this, but that's not who we are. We're about pizza and love, and the love on this for Wayne Zitt, forget it. That's who we are. And this guy has a show at 9 o'clock. It's on FaceTime, Facebook Live, and we're gonna promote this guy's show tonight. I'm just saying, like, I'd rather you watch the guy's show on other nights, give it likes, just to see Wayne and to see what he's going to talk about. It's a political show. We only talk about local politics. We don't really get into heavy stuff because Eddie's a big conservative. I'm a little bit more of a socialist. And so we try to steer clear of that. But we love Wayne Zitt. We love he's going to do great things because he's a football player. He's an North Bergen guy. And those guys go right to the top. So if you want to, his name's
Fernando Uribe.
Uribe. Watch the show to, hear some things about Wayne. And we love Wayne. And I'm so excited for him right now. So like I said, I mean, I know it's basically rating suicide to promote a show during your time, but we're bigger than that. We're bigger than that, and we love. And look at Vils, he knows.
Yeah.
And George, what you did tonight, man. Wow, you brought those Romas guys right into the circle.
You broke down a wall with those guys. One cinder block at a
I feel like I
time.
made a difference. I really feel like I made a difference tonight.
You did.
There's nobody like North Bergen people, man.
They're not. North Bergen people are the best, right?
We're different. We are different. It's the water. I don't know what the hell it is.
No, I think
There's
it's
nobody
like all the
Bergen
people that came here. It's just all the different different ethnicities, and we're here and we're in the Hudson, and they came from Brooklyn, they came from here, they came from there, but we all got the different different chemistry. We're gonna tell you what you think. We're also gonna tell you when we're proud of you, and that's really what we're proud of tonight. And Eddie, once again, thank you for producing the show. Chris DePiero, thank you for producing the show. Silvana, thank you for for doing our intro. I hope you do it every week. We really do love you.
Lovely, baby.
Hey guys, by the way, we fooled around with that makeup. We fooled around with the makeup before, but we don't really wear makeup. It feels a little more real than that. But Eddie was good enough to have his head buffed. I got a little brush on my face because I scratched my nose with some type of those napkins. They wash them in all that goddamn bleach. So it scratches my face when I go to restaurants. George, what you did tonight, man, groundbreaking. It was good. Thank you. You know what? There was no misstep. There was no misstep. And you know what? Tonight we got better. I want to talk about Matt Bush, Mark Bussenage was willing to. He watched last year our travesty last week when we tried to put the phone with the FaceTime to the camera, and this guy's a professional. And he says, you know what? I want to get involved with PizzaTime. I want to go to pizzerias and do a professional segment. So he's going to go and film George, and this guy's talented. And him and Bullet get together, and they start talking technology. Shit, the sky's the limit. So I want to start bringing it down a little bit. Cool. Listen, Anthony.
That's great.
No, seriously, Anthony, your dad was Tony, but I'm glad we talked about your dad. I'm glad we talked about you. Eddie, what you did this week was amazing. Amazing. You got,
I appreciate it.
I really do. You got all these people together. Once again, Mikey Chick. Can you look up Mikey Chick's views?
I ain't getting into that.
All right.
I wish him the best.
I wish him the best. I try and I miss him, but I love him. I just hope he's safe. He hasn't called me since last week, so he left here and never came home. So I get a little nervous. But Mike, good luck with all your future endeavors. And I got to be honest with you, with you guys, with all of you tonight. I love everybody out there, and I love these guys in this room. Tonight we got better.
Yeah.
Right?
Nice.
Savannah, right?
Beautiful.
Savannah, you like to bring us out with a little bit of Italian?
Love pizza, pizza.
Love pizza.
Yes.
Thank you for watching.
Grazie a
Thank you.
tutti. Ciao.
See you next week.
Thanks for having me,
We'll
brothers.
see you next week.
You stumped the bullet.
Everybody,
Good night, everybody. Love
Good
pizza,
night.
Love
pizza.
pizza.
Spread the love, spread the joy, spread the
Of Bills, I love you.
All you need is pizza.
So
we can eat this stuff or what?
we're gonna eat this. Listen. We're gonna go to. We're gonna have a couple calzones. Listen,
We're out.
I'm looking to go to the chicken.
Where's the wine?
Can we cut up? We have the wine over there. I'm gonna have a chicken calzone. I want to
I can't
slice.
eat that spicy stuff, though. That's the problem.
I'm gonna try the spicy stuff. I know it's a little late, but I'm gonna have. Can we go? Can we grab it? Can we grab one of the calzones and bring it over here? Because I'm really excited. I'll tell you what. Right, I'm hungry. I hate to eat late. We have Rocco Diaguardi coming on. I guess in a couple weeks. No,
Rocco.
the young one.
Young one.
He's a strength trainer. He's huge. You
Really?
see him? No, he's a bodybuilder.
I haven't seen him in ages.
He's gonna come on.
I remember those kids running around the locker room.
Yeah, they were little
tiny
guys.
kids, man.
I remember the one climbed up the backstop when I was coaching. You were coaching. I was playing, and he climbed up. He couldn't get down. He was crying.
Yeah. Oh,
we
yeah.
had to go up and get him.
That's right.
That
I
was
remember
Rocco.
that.
That was
Rocco. What's the other kid? There was Rocco and
Oh, I just talked to him the
Yeah,
other
was
day.
an Italian name
I
too,
ran
I
into
thought.
him at a Barone place called Ball One.
how old are they now?
Rocco's got to be. I mean, he single-handedly beat. He's got to be 31, maybe 28. But you got to see the size of him. He's like a professional bodybuilder. He's going to come on and give us. He's going to give us diets, and we're going to follow them.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
because I mean, I put on 26 pounds since the show started. It's only this is our 8th episode, Anthony. It's our 8th episode.
Oh my God! No, this is great. You guys kidding? This is so cool, man. I'm so happy. We didn't even get the nicknames.
Oh, we didn't do any nicknames, right?
But you know what? That's cool, man.
Can we do a couple now? What do you got? Tell me what you were talking about before.
Well, we were talking, you know, Pokey, Turtle.
Pokey was because of he was the horse that was with Gumby, right?
Yes, Pokey was the horse with Gumby, and Pokey, if you look at him, is, you know, you can stay as positive as one.
No, he's got a large cranium.
It's endearment. Yes, he's got a large head.
Somebody
Large
told me
head.
they were at a bachelor party and they were on the bus and they said, everybody, it's 40 guys, 40 miles ahead. Pokey, you
Pokey,
gotta-
you're 80. That might have been
Is
Kelly.
that true?
I think that was Kelly.
That was Keith Kelly?
Keith Kelly, yeah.
I
yeah.
love
Had to
Keith
be,
Kelly.
See, it had to be Keith Kelly. Had to be Keith Kelly.
Oh my God, that's hysterical.
Yes, I love the spinach, man.
Oh my God, the spinach calzone.
That's
The
good.
spinach calzone is amazing.
Oh, spinach is the best, man.
My sister Jen used to get this. Oh my God. I love the chicken calzone like no other, but this is good stuff. Bullet, please try the calzone. That's the spinach. Oh my God. Is it true the Romans didn't charge? They didn't charge anything. You might be the first person to give anything on the arm there.
It's a window.
Dude, you're the best.
That was a lot of fun, man.
You have a good time.
That was a great time, man. That was-
So listen, what made you do the book on leadership? What you do? Why is the book on leadership?
This guy Flood is like, he's just like a genius, you know. There's leadership books out there. This book's called Full Contact Leadership.
Oh, so when you're under fire?
Oh, it's just full contact
What's the difference?
leadership is 24/7, unshirking, all encompassing, engaging. It's you know, it's real leadership. And there's a bunch of books out there now that leadership now has gotten very cushy. You know, everybody's going to be nice. It's all going to be fine. We're going to have a big cake. You know, this book ain't nothing like this. This book is
This is intense leadership.
very intense. So what happened was, this guy Flood wouldn't write the book, and he knows it better than anybody. I said, look, before you die, you got to write this book. This is your legacy.
He's that much of a leader, though.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. He was the chief of North Hudson, and yeah, and so I wrote it, and I wrote a whole bunch of stuff, and he read it, and he goes, I don't know how people read your shit. You can't write. And he started writing. And, excuse me, actually, something actually caused him to write the book. Somebody else had written a book that was actually one of my students, and he's, while the book is good and he's a great guy,
He didn't touch upon the things you wanted to touch upon.
no, so Flood started writing. He wrote for like 16 months straight.
Get the hell out of here.
Yeah, and he put my stuff and his stuff together.
Oh,
And
man.
it
it's
is
beautiful.
It is cool, but like I said, in the acknowledgments, I have there's like 4 nice paragraphs, a nice picture of your dad in there, and,
man.
But I'm so excited
He's
for
smiling
this book,
now.
man. I am
Because
so
this
excited.
is like
This is it.
We
This-
spoke about
this
that
is
book
the pinnacle,
before.
man.
This is the thing that you're doing right now. That's kind of like
Yeah.
it's got you jazzed up.
Yeah. I'm retired now.
So what else you got going on now?
I'm the director of the Monmouth County Fire Academy.
And that's
I
by-
still teach all over the country.
And that's down by your house. No, I know you have those books
Freehold.
and you teach people how to do
Yeah.
the CAPS tests and everything.
No, I don't even do that anymore.
Really? You got away from that stuff? Oh, good.
Because it's too... It's
Pain in the ass. It was. It was too
Yeah,
much.
yeah, it is. But it's I have but I teach all over the country. I got to go to Sarasota, Florida. I got to go to Indianapolis. I got to go to Minnesota.
Oh, wow. So you're jet setting all over. That's great.
Yeah, but I'm starting to teach a lot of stuff on leadership and like why your people suck, why your fire ground sucks. It has nothing to do with your people or fires. It has to do with your leadership.
It's how your communications, how to bring them up and bring them out.
If your leadership is weak, then people are going to be weak.
Wow, that's so profound.
But that, listen. I'll be honest with you. Leadership is tough because when you start when you want to lead people, like my dad always taught me treat people the way you expect them, you want them to be. Don't talk about what they are. Treat them like people that you want them to be, and then is that fall into categories where you gotta bring people up to make them better.
You gotta build people up. You also have to empower them. You have to engage them, and you have to set expectations for them that look, this is what I expect you to do. You know why? Because I know you can do it. And if, so
you can get there. You can get there.
It's just like and for me, it comes like with the fire ground. Like if your fire ground is a mess and people are freelancing and not doing what they want, that's because you permit those things. Yeah. Freelancing is it's a permitted act.
Yeah, it's basically disarray, and
it's disarray.
if
it's a leadership failure.
It is.
So it's,
and Vince Lombardi always said that
a couple of his quotes in the book.
It's an individual's commitment to a group effort is what makes a society run. It makes a team run. It makes a company run. And that's one of the things I teach my students and stuff. I teach when I was coaching, and I would talk to them. It's individual commitment to a group effort.
We're hoping that this book actually allows us to go do corporate stuff too.
Oh, of course.
Companies.
I'd rather have you than say George Bush coming up to 250,000. I'd rather pay Anthony 50,000 to come in and get jazzed up. No, 50,000. Come on, listen. Like I said, expect to be where you are. You know what I mean?
But we're really excited about it. And Fire Engineering, who's publishing it, they're really excited about it. They're really excited about it because they, I had been telling them, look, this book is different. This book is different, and now everybody who's read it said, oh my God, you're right. This is a different book. This is a changer. Actually, you know who wrote the forward for us?
Who give it to me?
Tommy Van Essen. Tommy Van Essen was the commissioner of FDNY at 9/11.
Wow. So he's seen everything.
Yeah, and he read the book through all the galleys of it and said, "Oh my God!" He goes, "You guys are opening doors that people want to keep closed." He said, "This is exactly the philosophy I had as a leader." And he goes, he's like, and he wrote the forward book because I know him from Jersey City. He's an adjunct professor down there.
So delicious.
Now, so he wrote the forward,
Thank you.
which was really, really
What's
cool.
the name
Him
of
writing.
this place?
It's hard to tap into something that people don't want to talk about. Guys, please stop with the pizza. It's hard to tap into something that people aren't willing to go after because what? In order to be a leader, you have to do things that are sometimes outside the box, especially in an ever-changing time.
You have to confront the uncomfortable.
You have to confront the uncomfortable.
Yeah.
That's amazing, Tony. Anthony, that's awesome.
You have to confront the uncomfortable. You have to know where your lines are. You have to.
And you can't be afraid of stepping on someone's toes, and you know what? Because everything's ever changing, and with you, every scenario is different. So you must. And I watched how I read that book, by the way, and I read how technical it was. But for you to now to get that step further is absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Eddie, right? How long did I read that, man?
He was telling me about it. Yeah,
Wow.
where were we? Who was with
That was. It was years ago. I probably read that in 2006.
That's actually the short one.
My dad gave that to me before he died. Yeah, my dad gave that to me, and he said, "Listen, Tony was your coach, and I want you to have it."
That's nice, man.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
The third edition is about.
That was the third edition on this
600 pages.
Is it really? Oh my God.
Yeah, it's in the third edition now.
That's good stuff.
So make it the last edition.
Did you really?
Yeah, well, I'm retired now.
Thank you.
Who's going to listen to what I have to say? I'm retired. Let somebody else write it. But I do like writing the leadership stuff, and that's where.
I'm really looking forward to it. I'm gonna get a hold of that, and we're gonna bring that up on our show. Maybe we'll start some quotes on it, because like I said, we usually use the same quote. Like when Eddie produced the show tonight, and so did Chris DePiro. Like we got better tonight. We got better.
It's a great show.
Yeah.
I thought it was great. I thought it was well organized, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Really
I appreciate
organized.
it.
It's really cool. Hey, you got a hot girl here.
Yeah, Stefana's the best. She's awesome. And when she speaks Italian, oh my God, that changes the air in the room goes out. It's amazing. She's amazing. She's an unbelievable actress. If we came in, we threw that at right, like Chris, we threw it at a last minute, and she really no seriously, she got all the names right, and then when she went to Italian, it's not easy to flip it around, like. No. But what do you mean? We're still on? Oh, guys, I want to say goodnight. I'm sorry. We got some people up. No, I got some people saying. Hold on 1 second.
I thought you were just taping something.
No, Nancy.
This is so delicious.
Stop.
We're on.
There's a finish button.
Chris DePiro, I don't know if I didn't thank you for tonight for working the boards and everything you did. And
I
George,
worked the boards.
I saw you working the boards going back and forth.
You did thank me.
Hey, listen, Stefano, thank you for the makeup tonight. And by the way, we didn't really put makeup on.
Silvana.
Silvana. I say Stefana. I don't know.